Hello and welcome. So I like to talk about subjects that have come up during the prior week related to things around the menopause and perimenopause. This is slightly different. I was asked by a young lady what I do for my skincare. How do I look after my skin? And basically she complimented me on my skin, which was lovely. It's always nice to have a compliment. And I thought, I've not spoken about this for a while, so let's go through skincare and how we can support our skin predominantly through diet. So I want to go through that today. So my name is Sam. I am a nutritional therapist, and it's my aim to help women going through the perimenopause and menopause into the older years as easily and simply as possible without as many of these symptoms that we experience as we can avoid. And skincare is one of those things that can make us feel fabulous about ourselves or really lacking in confidence, and it's what we present to the world. So it's not about vanity, it's a reflection of what's going on inside. So if you've got healthy skin, it shows that things are pretty good inside, because our bodies, basically, if there's any problem, it will use all the nutrients it can towards the most important functions in the body, which is generally the internal organs, and then the face, the hair, the nails will get what's left. And you know, if you get problems with your hair, face and nails, then it's usually because there's something going off inside. So it's an important area, and if we can look after our skin and it looks good, then we're looking after everything else as well. So it's not all in isolation. So I've been looking into this. There's a huge amount really on skincare, but I really want to focus initially on food, because this is my bag basically as a nutritional therapist, and so I want to go through foods with you. So I've got my notes. My notes are all over the place, but yeah, let's start here. So the general consensus is that a Mediterranean style diet is very supportive of good skin, and we've spoken about this diet type before for all other areas of perimenopause and menopause, so we're consistent, which is good. But as we go through the perimenopause and menopause, our estrogen levels drop, and alongside that we get a drop in our collagen levels, and it does start to drop fairly early on, so before we actually enter this stage, but there's about a 30% increase in the drop 5 years into the menopause. So it's significant. So we really want to support the collagen production. We want to ensure we have reduced inflammation in our skin, and we want to protect the skin barrier. So they're really the things we want to look at doing. And the Mediterranean type of diet can be very beneficial here. And we're talking particularly about oily fish, olive oil, nuts, colourful vegetables, berries, lentils, beans and whole grains. So foods that can support collagen production is a good starting point, as well as the anti-inflammatory and skin barrier point. So if we start with oily fish, we would really benefit by eating this 2 to 3 times a week. And this could be salmon, it could be mackerel, sardines. There's a lot of different types of oily fish. I like to keep little tins of sardines and mackerel. It's really quick and easy. When I have a salad, just open a tin, and I have it in spring water generally. Salmon is easy. I keep wild caught salmon in the freezer, and it's fairly quick to defrost and quick to cook. So it's a quick, simple, easy thing to prepare. And with the oily fish, we get the omega-3, which we know is very powerful as an anti-inflammatory. And so it's really useful to help bring down inflammation throughout the body. Helps with the skin barrier, and it's also a good protein. And we need good protein to build collagen. So protein is quite important, which we'll come to in a moment. The oily fish contain vitamin D and selenium, are also really great for skin health. So next thing is high quality protein at every meal. Really important we get around 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. So it's worth checking what's in each food. You can do this quite easily by looking at the internet now, Googling it to find out. And we're looking for things like Greek yogurt, eggs, chicken and fish, tofu and tempeh, and if you are more on the vegetarian line as well, lentils and beans are beneficial here, and cottage cheese is fairly high as well. So in essence, the advice is to have between 1 and 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. But if you're active, if you're doing weightlifting or any sort of sport, you might need more. It's, you know, we're all individuals, so you've got to find out what's right for you as much as anything. We also need vitamin C to help produce collagen. Now, if you think about sailors years gone by, they used to suffer with scurvy because they weren't getting fresh fruits and vegetables, and that's an indication if you've got low levels of vitamin C, you can get skin problems such as scurvy. So we know vitamin C is important here. Fruits and vegetables that are good for vitamin C, most of them are, to be honest, pretty good. Kiwi, strawberries, oranges, red peppers, and they have more vitamin C than oranges in general, and sometimes the quality is important. Sometimes oranges have been tested and been found to have no vitamin C left after they've been picked and transported over here. So I think if you grow your own food, obviously oranges you wouldn't necessarily grow here, but anything sort of fresh and local, you probably get higher levels of vitamin C. We also have broccoli, Brussels sprouts and blackcurrants. So all the berries again are really good for the vitamin C to help support the collagen production. Then we've got colourful vegetables, as you see on a plate in the Mediterranean, all these different colours, which are rich in carotenoids and polyphenols, and these help protect the skin against oxidative stress. So this is damage that can occur to the skin from various means. So tomatoes, carrots, red cabbage, spinach, kale, beetroot and sweet potatoes are just a few I've put down. So you've got all sorts of colours there, red, sort of purples, greens, orange. I haven't got yellow down there, but really powerful, colourful foods. And then berries we've really mentioned already, again rich in polyphenols and vitamin C. And then nuts and seeds, things like walnuts and almonds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds and flax seeds, all very good, rich in vitamin E, healthy fats, zinc and selenium, and zinc's important for wound healing, for instance, so they're good sources of those, and also for the barrier function to help support that. And with things like flax seeds, you need to grind them to get the goodness out of them. Keep them refrigerated. I keep mine I keep a bag in the freezer actually, and then I decant them into a jar, put them in the fridge, and that's the one I use every day. Take them out, I put them in an old coffee grinder, and I grind about a tablespoon a day and put that in with my berries. But I keep them in the fridge because they have these essential fats in them and I don't want them to go rancid. So I keep it refrigerated, and I keep the big bag in the freezer. And if I have I don't go through big bags of nuts at the moment, but when I have done, I keep them in the freezer to stop them going rancid. So that's just a tip. So grind your flax seeds to get all that goodness out of them. Otherwise they'll probably just pass straight through your body as full-size seeds. Yeah, it's great to help keep the bowel moving as well. Plus they've got these phytoestrogens to support the estrogen levels, so they're quite good. Next one is extra virgin olive oil, monounsaturated fat. So being shown to be really quite, it's been associated with less photoaging in observational studies. So that's aging from the sun, which is really interesting as people in the Mediterranean use a lot of olive oil. It's rich in polyphenols, which has the antioxidant activity in it. So great. And rather than cook with it, I put it on after I prepared a meal. And I did read this, I'm trying to think how old she was. She was over 100 years of age. And one thing she did every day was drizzle olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, on her food every day. Whether that was her secret to longevity, who can tell actually, but it was noticeable that that was one thing that she did every day. Then fermented foods, things like live yogurt, kefir, kimchi and sauerkraut. Not so obvious, but these support a good gut microbiome, so the good bacteria in the gut. And when the gut's working well, we get the benefit from the food that we're eating. We protect the gut from invaders and problems that may occur, things that shouldn't be in the body. And that again will show through the skin. So the gut-skin axis, I'm sure there's going to be more on that as time goes on, but keeping a good healthy gut is really important for healthy skin. Then another food group, the soy foods. We spoke about this a while ago. They're rich in phytoestrogens, so plant estrogens. So we get a benefit from that estrogen in our body to give us a boost if we're low. And we know with low estrogen you get lower levels of collagen. So this can be a boost from that perspective to help the support of collagen production. And there's been some studies showing a modest improvement, so not big, but a modest improvement in skin elasticity, hydration and wrinkle depth from regular consumption of soy foods like edamame, tofu, tempeh. And again, I would go for organic to make sure you're getting the better quality, because so much of the tofu that we have nowadays is produced as a genetically modified crop, and I'm still not fully convinced that that's a good idea. And of course, finally, well not finally, but most importantly, we need to make sure we're hydrated. This helps the whole body function well. So it's not just about plumping up the skin through hydration, but everything works so much better. So we get rid of the toxins more easily, we get nutrients into the cells more easily when we are properly hydrated. So that's important. And to hydrate with really water, filtered water preferably, rather than, and I mean some of the green tea is beneficial, and some of the herbal teas are quite beneficial, but in general, fluid, not alcohol, not fizzy pops and that sort of thing, but water preferably. And then we also want to avoid highly processed foods. They tend to be lower in nutrient value, and they tend to have other components which may not be beneficial, so it could be damaging. So avoiding the highly processed foods is recommended top to toe, not just for skin. So cut them out if you possibly can. Start reduce them if you have quite a few in your diet, and slowly start to eradicate would be a great idea. Then sugary drinks and sugary snacks. Sugar isn't beneficial to the skin at all. It's related to high levels of wrinkling. If you think about a toffee apple, you're coating the apple, nothing can get in or out. And if you've got sugars in your body, it sticks to the proteins and stops things working properly. So avoiding sugar is a great idea, because it can show with the skin. Excess alcohol creates dehydration as much as anything, occupies the liver's attention when it could be doing something else. So reducing alcohol. And again, that is linked to visible signs of aging, as is smoking. So if you smoke, stop smoking. Easier said than done, I know, but keep it in mind. So they're the main points on diet for good skin. A couple of other things that are beneficial: regular exercise to get the circulation going, to get, again, things moving around, taking in nutrients, taking out toxins and sweating things out of the skin as well is quite beneficial. A good night's sleep. We talk about beauty sleep, and that's for good reason. When we have enough sleep, our body can repair, tissues can repair, and things can work so much better when we're refreshed and functioning fully. When it comes to skincare, I am not a skin care expert, but I wanted to share what I use, as this was the question I was asked. I'm going to start with an area I've been neglecting rather, and that is using an SPF factor 30 every day. I don't use it every day, but the recommendation is that one should. Historically, in weather like this, I wear a sun hat, but I have to admit this year I found it too hot to wear a sun hat. My head gets hot. So I have been more aware of using an SPF 30 sun factor. Some people recommend SPF 50, but research I did on this a while back now, a year or two, could be longer, showed that the difference between an SPF 30 and 50 is negligible. And although it seems so much higher, it's that bell curve situation where we've got to the peak of benefit around the 30, and anything else it's less. So I think it was something like a 1% benefit by going to 50. So I think an SPF 30 is fine. Again, it's individual, depends what your skin type is like as much as anything. But that's something I'm more aware of, and I look for natural ones that are not going to cause harm and block pores. And I also want one that I could wear under makeup if I wear makeup, which I don't really wear much makeup, so that's not a major problem for me. But what I do every day is I use essential oil blend in a carrier of fractionated coconut oil and organic sunflower seed oil, which is rich in vitamin E, which is why I chose it. I chose it for its economic value as much as anything as well, because I was thinking about that at the time. The essential oils I use are good quality ones from doTERRA, and I like to use oils such as frankincense, geranium, helichrysum, lavender, Roman chamomile, things like that, in my blend, and I put that on morning and night after I cleanse. Now, I like a range of products called Antipodes, which is a natural range of plant extracts, predominantly, that feel good. They work for me. My skin is actually quite dry, but I don't find these dry me out. I find this really support, and I've been very, very happy with their products. So I start off with the cleanser, which is called Hallelujah something or other. I should have written it down, but I didn't. I like to use that. I was also very interested in, when I was looking into this a few years ago, some of the items in the general market like retinols and retinol creams. I thought, well, I don't really want to go down that road particularly, and so many people respond negatively to them, and I thought, well, are there any sort of natural products out there? And this again took me back to Antipodes. They have products, and there are actually quite a few companies that use this now. It's a compound called bakuchiol, found in plants, which acts like retinol. And they've got it in their Glow Vitamin C Brightening Serum, which I've used. And that product alone, when I started using that, brought positive comments from people who noticed the difference in my skin within a week, which is astounding. It is beautiful. And it has this bakuchiol. It's got other compounds in it, so it's not just this retinol type bakuchiol. There's also the vitamin C and other components that are supportive of skin barrier and lovely glowing skin. So that was particularly interesting. But I also use a night cream of theirs, an avocado pear night cream, and the lime caviar day cream, and they're particularly for older skin, so anti-aging for wrinkles and fine lines, and I love the way they feel, so I like to use those. What else have I used? I've got a couple of things I'm going to try. I'm going to try their kiwi eye cream. Again, we've mentioned kiwis being rich in vitamin C, and kiwis apparently can be quite beneficial. I'm going to try also, instead of the vitamin C Glow that I've used, I'm going to try their Eve bioretinol line reduction serum, which is on. I've got that on order because this sort of preparing for this video encouraged me to have a little look and try a few different things, because I like to try things every now and then. But let's go back one. No, that's it. So cleanser. Yeah, so there's lovely things like jojoba oils in these as well. So what else do I do? When it comes to makeup, I don't really wear much makeup. I do wear some mascara, and I have used a tinted moisturiser with an SPF factor 15 in it, so quite low. But I don't use it all over my face. I just use it in the areas like around my eyes where it gets dark. And I have bought more recently a tallow-based beauty stick from Fierce Nature. I thought I'd try that because I love the idea of in the winter when I need a bit of colour, having something that's got a bit of colour in it that's natural and easy to use. And these beauty sticks appeal to me. So the tallow is from beef tallow, organic, I believe. I'm not absolutely sure on that actually. And I've bought two. I bought one which is called Dew, and that matches my skin colour really well. You can't tell I've got it on at this time of year. Probably in the winter I'll be more noticeable when I'm pale. And I've used another one called Rose, which you can see more easily on my skin. But they have a lovely soft texture, and the lady who runs the company, the founder, I ought to know her name, I think it's Catherine. She's got the most amazing dewy skin from using tallow-based products. So that's something I haven't tried in full, but that's something else it might be worth looking into. So I thought I'd put down a list of products that, brands that I like, and I'm not affiliated to any of these. I'm not sponsored by any of these. This is all my own personal choice, things that I use personally. So I'm not receiving funds to say this. Basically, this is all what I would use. So products I like are Antipodes, which I've mentioned. Fierce Nature, I'm very pleased with what I've had from them. Odeleak, I've tried a couple of bits which are really nice as well. That's an organic base skincare range. Neal's Yard, I used a lot of Neal's Yard years ago, and it's one I would go back to again and again. They are consistent, nice quality products. They have a nice frankincense cream actually as well. Then another company which is more local to here called Botanicals. Again, this lady got put this range together because she had a daughter with skin issues, and they are beautiful products as well. So I've used them on and off over the years. I've not had them for a while. And then Green People. Green People are the people I bought the mascara from and the tinted moisturiser. And I've had other things over the years because they've got quite a wide range of products, including shampoos as well. And then I make my own using doTERRA essential oils with their fractionated coconut oil, and as I said, the organic sunflower seed oil. Hair care, I haven't actually written anything down on this, but I'm using Sea Magic, a seaweed-based shampoo and conditioner, including argan oil. And I found that to be nice on my hair. I like that. And I've used seaweed-based shampoos for the past year, and there's quite a wide range in price point. I found the Sea Magic to be a good price point for me and works lovely. So they're most of the items I utilise in my own personal skincare range and hair care. So I hope you find this interesting, of use maybe, a few hints on what you could do if you were interested in focusing on your skincare through your diet. As I say, I'm not a skin care person, professional, I'm a nutritional therapist. So please do more research onto what you could use to support you. I like to go for the natural products, as I say. I hope you find this interesting. Please share it with anybody who may benefit, and please like and subscribe, and let me know what you use in the comments. Put down what you use if you are a natural based product person and what you found has made a difference to you. For me, changing my diet as I trained as a nutritional therapist, when I started eating more essential fats, the oily fish, nuts and seeds, I found that made a big difference to my skin. I am susceptible to eczema and dry skin, and I found once I changed my diet and reduced some of the, I didn't eat a lot of processed foods, but I became more aware. I found those changes brought a bigger change to the quality of my skin, and I've had far fewer problems with it since changing my diet. And I would say my skin's probably in better condition now than it was when I was younger. I'm showing signs of aging, I'm not saying that, but I'm very happy with where I am. So thank you for joining me today. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.